Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Undying Hope Media, and I'm Aluel.
And I'm Theil.
And today we're going to be talking about some issues in South Sudan, and the topic is going to be Wake
Wake
Up
up,
South
South
Sudan.
Sudan. So we will be guiding you through defining why we chose Wake Up South Sudan for today, and we'll follow with problems, pressing problems, and then we'll go to practical solutions, and then we end with uh, uh, with conclusion, and that would be it for tonight.
And before we start talking, we are going to play a song by Emmanuel Kembe, and the song is called Together Nabni Baletna. Hello, hello, welcome back. Actually, the song is beautiful and is long, and it has a lot of meaning. And we all love Emmanuel Cambe, and all his songs are meaningful. Especially all his songs um, talks about the suffering in South Sudan, talk about our country, and if you have a chance, you can go back and listen to it. Or I'm sure some of you guys listened to this song before. It has a meaning, and most of his songs, he always send a meaning in his song. They always mean something. So welcome back. This is Aluel. Like I said earlier, and this is my husband Teal,
And
and
we are the co-founders of
we
Undying
are.
Hope.
Mhm. We are the co-founder of Undying Hope. If you don't know anything about Undying Hope, is an organization that we founded a couple of years ago, and is operating in South Sudan and Kenya right now. We're still small, but we're growing. We're gonna grow for sure. Um, we'll talk about it more another time, but today our topic is gonna be about South Sudan and all the stuff that are going in South Sudan. We will not be able to tackle everything, but we just gonna talk about one thing at a time, and this one thing usually include a lot of things. So my husband is gonna be introducing the topic, and I will add into it.
Yeah, and we don't claim, I think it's important for us to say that we don't claim to know everything, but we share what we know. And today's topic is very important for all of us, like my wife just mentioned, is Wake Up South Sudan. Now, imagine somebody's dreaming, right? You are dreaming, and you everything that you see, you think is true until you wake up and you find yourself, wow, it was a dream. That is where South Sudan is today. We think we are getting ahead, but we are still dreaming. We are still sleeping, and we need to wake up. The world is getting ahead. The world is advancing. The world, you will see a lot of innovation in the world, and yet we are still here uh, killing one another, and and most people are still hungry. Famine is still a problem. We are stuck uh, and not going anywhere, and because of that, we are here to share some of the things that hinders us from progressing. So I hope we've been around for over 20 years since South Sudan gained independence. And despite all the opportunities that came along the way, we squandered a lot of opportunities that could have put South Sudan ahead of many uh, African, even world countries. Uh, Having said that, there's still opportunity. There's still opportunity, and there's still hope for us to wake up and see where the world is heading. And um, and and let's, like my wife just mentioned, let's wake up, listen to what Emmanuel Kembe said, together.
Together, let's wake up,
Let's
South
wake up.
Sudan.
Yes, you cannot develop when you have insecurity. You cannot develop when you have uh, instability. You cannot develop when the country is divided along tribal lines. Those are very important for us to know. So when we wake up, at least our children will say it, our parents build this country, and we want also to leave it better than we found it.
Yes, actually, we were supposed to talk about this topic almost a week or
Uh,
2 weeks ago,
yes, 2 weeks ago, yes.
but because of all the stuff that happened in South Sudan, the war that happened in Nasser, it was,
Ulang and the, yes,
yeah, and those other places, it was like it wasn't a good time for us to talk about it. But and unfortunately, the topic really matched what happened. Is we are still dreaming, honestly, and we're not going anywhere. We think that we have gone somewhere, but we haven't gone anywhere, even though
yeah,
we got our independence. But it seemed like we haven't even got our independence.
yeah,
We're still fighting each other. We're not going anywhere. We are not developed in it. We haven't even developed the country. We're stuck somewhere. We're still dreaming
mm,
about that, not dreaming about. We thought that we are doing something, that we have accomplish our dream, but we haven't. We haven't done anything. We are still in a war between ourselves. We're still fighting each other. Even though we got our independence, we're supposed to sit and build our country and secure the country and build a country for our kids, for the generation to come. But we got our independence, and we mess up the country so bad that we don't even know what's gonna happen to our children.
yeah. And honestly, you cannot solve a problem until you admit
That
that
you
there is
have
a
a
problem.
problem.
If we continue to deny that there is a problem that we are
There's no a
facing,
problem that we're facing,
we
then
will
we're
not
not.
develop.
Yeah.
And we will be just continue to dream without being a reality. And the irony is here: South Sudanese travel the world.
Hmm.
Our leaders travel the world. They see the development that is happening around the world, and they come back what always surprised me is, what do you come back with to help our country develop? What are the strategies and tools and resources that you bring back
into the country.
into the country? What you learn from outside, what you captured from outside, and bring it so you can develop. These countries that have developed, God did not give them different brain. It's the same brain.
We
The
have the same
difference
brain.
is you want to unleash the potential so your children can make some accomplishment.
Yeah, it seemed like we pick up from the middle, but I'm sure all of us we know what South Sudan is going through. All of us knows what South Sudan is going through. So this topic that we're talking about is include one of the problem that's happening in South Sudan. So we have to pick something to talk about.
Yeah,
It's wake up. We haven't even woke up from our dream. We thought that we have gone somewhere. That's what we're talking about today.
yeah,
So we as South Sudanese, we have a problem, and we need to admit that we have failed. After we got our independence, we haven't done anything. We haven't gone anywhere. And that's what we really need to sit and find what are the problem that we have that we need to fix. What are the things that we need to change? What are the things that we need to bring into our country to develop the country? And instead of fighting each other, the economy is already bad. Is really, really bad. The situation that South Sudan is in right now, we're not supposed to be in this type of situation.
exactly.
The hunger is there.
Flooding that always
Flooding
happen
is
every day.
always there. You know,
Tribal clashes,
is there.
you know.
Insecurity is there. People are not safe.
Mhm.
You cannot be hungry and tired and not have peace. It doesn't work. They cannot come
And yet
together.
we want to develop the country.
Yeah, and how
How,
are we gonna develop
how
that
would you call
country?
develop a country when your people are hungry, and flooding is coming every year,
Hmm.
that don't have solutions, and we still don't have a unified forces that will protect our
A
in,
civilian.
our borders and civilians. We still operate with transitional constitution, and yet we want to develop. Our institutions are fragmented, they are not coherent, and constitutions, they speak to one another, just like economy.
Hmm.
you know if education and health and trades and foreign affairs are all not coherent,
Hmm.
then that call it is a fragmented system that will not go anywhere. you know if some of the problems, like for example, we talk about salaries, civil servants have not been paid. How are we
That's a
going to
problem.
develop?
How are we gonna
Yeah,
develop?
yeah,
And how are these people going to eat? How are they going to take care of their families? So the issue of South Sudan is not only one issue.
yeah.
So many issues
And we're
that
going to talk about them one by one.
one by one.
Mhm.
It's not because we know everything. It's just we talk about what we know. We talk about what we see. We are going to talk about what we see and what we know, and we're gonna share our. We're gonna talk about the problems and solutions that can help.
Yeah. Let's take, for example, the reason why we did not have this show 2 days, 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago, was the war in Nasser
Nasser,
and Wulang. You know,
why?
um, you know,
Why fight each other?
yeah, who's winning really?
Who's win?
Yeah.
Nobody win in a
We are
war.
killing one
Uh,
another. It's the same South Sudanese that fought for independence of this country, and
mhm,
we're turning guns
against each
against
other.
one another, thinking it's gonna bring fruits. It will not. Nobody win in the war.
And we have tried twice,
Yeah,
2013 and
2016,
2016. And
and
a lot of people died. We lost a lot of people.
we were living in
What
Kajukeja at that
changed?
time.
What
Yeah, what
changed?
has changed?
Nothing changed.
Yeah,
And now it's the same thing that is happening now. So you do something that you know you're going to gain something from it. But if you know you're not going to gain something from it, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
We are in a crisis that we should be thinking of how we can solve these problems, those crises, how we can come out of this type of this situation that we're in. The economy is really not is bad. Now we're going to fight all the money that we're using to fight our own people. Why don't we just use this money to feed those kids that are hungry, or those people that are hungry, or those people who are not paid?
Yeah. and
Why are we doing that?
and you see, even in like in Juba, you walk, just if you stop, number of people will
The
come just
number,
begging, and some of them are our veterans, the people that fought for this country,
and you find somebody asking you for something for
just
transportation.
for transportation.
The kids on the street asking for something to eat. Huh?
And
And we think that we have developed. We haven't developed as a country.
would-
If everybody is still suffering the country, what type of development are we talking about?
if we use the resources that we use for fighting wars, if we use it to build infrastructure, build a school, build hospitals, build roads, the things that attract
Investors
investors and also
have
develop the country, you know, that's where we're going to see the South Sudan that we all want to see.
and make the country safe, then people, the investors can come in and do something. But it's like في مثل بيقول على اساس انك انت في ناس لا يعني انت ما عايز تساعد نفس مدى تساعد غيرك ومدى تساعد نفسك.
يعني لا في
ما
ناس لا بتجدعوا لا
لا
بيجيبوا
بلقطوا
حجار
حجار.
يجدعوا به. you know?
سو احنا الناس ديل يا اخوانا، احنا يعني الهروبات الحاصله هسه في ولايات الولايات اللي في جنوب السودان ده ليش شنو؟ يا اخوانا انا بسال نفسي بس ناس ديل يعني anything that has to do with the government over there, why مش بيقولوا هني على اساس انه when two elephant fight
Grass
grass
suffers.
suffer.
Exactly.
So when two big people fight, who usually suffer are the civilians, the
Yeah.
mothers,
The
the
children.
children. Huh?
Yes.
Why? Why are we still fighting each other?
And,
Yeah, and people fight each other for something, but we have nothing to fight each other for.
and people that are dying are somebody's husband, somebody's
Somebody's
wife, somebody's
somebody's
child,
child.
you know. And now my wife is here, and she, when she was pregnant, I was there watching. It was not an easy journey. Just like children, the people that are dying, their mothers went through tough time.
I saw some videos with some kids and mothers are burned. Imagine yani, after all these years, 20 something years, يعني ما كفانا الناس اللي ماتوا، العيال والنساوين والرجال اللي ماتوا ما كفاية. So now يعني إحنا هسه جايين نقتل بعض. Mm? Everybody knows now how painful it is to lose your loved one. You
Mhm.
know, يعني even though أنت بتكون عارف إنه الموت ده فيه، الموت ده حاجة ربنا خلقه معانا على أساس إنه إحنا هنموت. But it is very important, it is very painful to lose someone.
Yeah.
I have lost my brother and I haven't still recovered from it. Okay? Let's say my mother, my as a mother it's very difficult. My mother also haven't even recovered from it. Sometimes I just think about those people who are just like guarding in peace. Yani they're trying in Nuzul. As a mother, you're trying so hard to work to feed your children and to take care of your children. يعني جانا انت تعبت معاه وسهرت الليالي معاه واساس انك انت تكبره عشان تشوفوا انه يعمل لك حاجه يوم من الايام. يجي war from nowhere عشان يجي يقتل جناك. م? اول حاجه انت جعان ما مبسوط حتى وما مستقر، وبعد ده كله يكون في مشاكل. يا اخوانا الكلام ده بيجي كيف؟
Mhm.
ها؟ يعني احنا لو كان في اسباب بخلينا احنا نتشاكل اصلا، معلش لو كان
Yes.
في حاجة مثلا يعني tangible كده بخلي إنه زول الشاكل أنا I'm fighting for this one to take it. but إحنا ما عندنا أسباب قوية بخلينا نشاكل بعض.
Yeah.
لو بقى على القبلية، إحنا ما حنتفارق.
Yeah.
ال 64 tribe ده يعني ما
ربنا
حيمشي،
خلاها
ربنا
خدانا في
خدانا مع
حته مع
بعض
بعض.
for a reason.
وريزن
آه،
ايوه.
يعني نوير ودينكا ديل احنا واحد. يا
وشلوك ان
وشلوك
اكواتوريان هنا كوكو، نحن قعدنا في كاجوكيجي
احنا
2
كلنا
years
واحد يا
لما
اخوانا.
بقينا اصحاب معاهم
آه،
يعني. شفتها. وفي يي ونملي مشينا بور مشينا يفتا يعني. نحن واحد، بربطنا علاقات وثيقة، بربطنا النهر، نحن النيل، النيل الأبيض بتاعنا ده بيربطنا. أنا فالحروبات الحاصلة ده والمجاعات ما المفروض وما في داعي منه.
مهم،
آه.
مهم.
يعني نحن لو توحدنا زي ما إيمانويل كان بيقول، نحن لو توحدنا
نقدر نبني بلدنا،
أنا
نقدر نبني
ونغير حكاية أسلوب بتاعت السلاح
القبلية.
والقبلية. وكوربشن وحاجات دي كله ما بيساعدنا. ممكن بيساعد individuals لكن ما بيساعد الدولة كعامة. يعني فعشان نحن نتطور، عشان نحن نتقدم، عشان نشوف بلدنا بلد جميل، يعني لازم الاستقرار ده يكون مستتب.
مهم.
لازم يكون في security، عشان انت لما انت تنوم عيالك بالليل
تكون مرتاح.
يكون مرتاحين، وبكره ماشيين مدارس وكده. وده كله ممكن.
ممكن لو توحدنا،
اللي
ممكن لو
توحدنا
خلينا
ووقفنا خروبات
المشاكل،
ديل.
لو بنينا البلد أول حاجة. فعلا لو كل واحد مشغول إنه هو قاعد يبني محل اللي قاعد فوقه، ما بتمشي تفتش
yeah.
مشاكل.
you know.
ما
في
بتمشي تفتش مشاكل، لكن
خالص.
because يعني ما في برنامج ناس بتفتش مشاكل
yeah.
هنا for no reason. And why are we supposed to do that? What are we gaining from all of this?
yeah. in دينكا في شجر اسمه دراكون. دراكون ده هو يعني تيم كورابيديت كورل. أكون تيم بن أي دوانبن كنا لبن دراكون كشي له وده شيء ننليه لانه مي أمي كو كوي أملا سبايدت هذه. and كوين انت دول المتطورة اللي تقدم موديل شفتها. هم زي دراكون. فدراكون is a tree اللي الالفن اكون ما بيقدر له، الفيل ما بيقدر له. فنحن اذا توحدنا
ما
حنكون
بيسوي.
قويين واقتصادنا حيكون قوي، وما في زول عيالنا كلهم حيكونوا في المدارس، والمجاعات دي حتقيف، وحنشوف دولة بدأ يتطور. Now قلنا all these problems, all our problems, right? We talk about the war that is happening right now in Nasser and Wulang and Upper Nile part. Some tribal uh, uh, wars and fighting that are happening in different parts of South Sudan. We talk about flooding; those are problems. We talk about farming, and we talk about economy. Our economy is very fragile. All these problems need solution. Yeah. And now, what are the possible solutions to this problem? Uh, um, one of the solutions we mentioned earlier to fix, to develop a country, one, there has to be instability and security. There is no way around it. There has to be. If you don't have that, you would be dreaming. Second,
We stop fighting each other
is
because we have nothing to fight each other for.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know. Uh, we also development. It does not happen by lower upper class or lower class. Is the middle class. Middle class is built by providing employment opportunities. So more people are employed and your currency is circulating within the country.
Within the country, yes.
The more you send money out, and you keep money in foreign banks,
You're not developing.
you will never develop. We can dream, we can
You will
hope,
never
we can
develop.
talk, but it won't happen,
Yes.
you know, until we build a middle class and we let our currency is strengthen our
Circulating
currency
within
and
around.
circling within the country. You know. Another thing that will help our country develop is the constitution.
Mm.
If you don't have a strong constitution, you don't have permanent constitution, you will not develop.
Mhm.
You know, and we talk about institutions المؤسسات لازم يكون كلها مرتبطة مع بعض تقدر تتطور. ففي there are many solutions to the problem that we are facing, but it has to be done by casting a vision. You want to know where you're going. If
As a country,
as a country you want to know where are we going really, do
we're
we
not
have a
going
vision?
anywhere.
You know, for example, United Nations has sustainable vision 2020 2030. African Union
Has a
has a vision
vision.
2063. Every country has a vision where they see themselves in number of years.
Mhm.
Do we have that? If we do, is it shared with public? Does everybody knows that in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, this is where we see ourselves as a country? Do we have it? Do we have one area that we can specialize in? I remember during a war, uh, there were two things: agriculture
Mhm.
and take town to the people. Are we doing those one?
No,
Oil is not what will develop us.
no.
Oil can be a tool to develop the country.
Which you should, as a country, you should identify something that you're good at.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think we have so many things that we are good at as South Sudanese.
yeah,
But who is sitting to think about that? Because everybody want a shortcut.
yeah.
And without shortcut, we're not going anywhere.
Mhm.
That's why we're jumping from here to there to here to there, and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's like when you're trying to please everybody, you will end up pleasing nobody.
that's it.
And that's what happening to us as a South Sudanese. We're jumping around. We don't want to sit and have a plan and follow that plan. It might take years. Anything that you want to do in the right way
Hmm.
and you want to plan and go according to the plan, some things might change along the way, but the changes are not going to be as big as when you're just jumping around,
So,
you know?
yeah,
So we need to sit as a country and see what we need to do. All the stuff that we're talking about now is not, this is not the first time we talk about those things, and we're not the first people to talk about those things. A lot of people have been talking about this, and
mm,
we talk about those things before, and we're still going to talk about them until there's a solution in this country, because we sit and we look but there are no changes, and we talk they're not changing, but we're going to keep talking until there will be a change one day.
yeah,
And South Sudan is not going to remain the way it is. We're not blaming anybody, but we just want solution for the country.
yeah,
Anybody who has the power to do so, it's good to listen to other people around you and see. Sometimes it's good to listen to other people and see what these people need. If you have the power to do so, you would do it. But if we just, it's very sad. Like talking about it is sad, and at the same time is we are not in a w- first. We are in the first century.
21st century. South
Yes,
Sudan gained independence. 21st
we gain
century.
our independence in a really good time, and
Yeah,
the money that was pumped into the country, we were gonna be the best. We were gonna,
and revenues from the oil and
yeah,
many other resources.
we were gonna be the best and developed country ever. But unfortunately, look what happened to us. the greed and no plan. If there's actually is even as an individual, if you wake up every day and you don't have plan for your life, not just plan, just a day plan, like tomorrow this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna do. You just gonna wake up the same the same like yesterday, and you wake up tomorrow the same like before yesterday. But if you have a plan, you will know where you're going. You will know what you're gonna do tomorrow, after tomorrow, a month, 2 months, 2 years, like that. So a country, we as a country, as long as we don't have a plan, we don't
We don't
have a
have vision.
vision,
Yeah,
we
we don't
just
have a
we
strategy.
don't have a strategy. احنا هنمشي بس زي الخرفان. الخروف لما يكون ماشي في سكه بيكون عارف ماشي وين. بيمشي لحد ما يروح ويرجع تاني. انت. So it's very sad يا اخوانا South Sudanese. It's
Yeah.
really really sad. Uh, it's very يعني الناس متشتتين. We're still refugees everywhere everywhere. Up to now, we're still refugees. People are still running from South Sudan. Look what happened in Kakuma. What happened to those people? أول ما 8 وقف بقى ما في 8 that are coming to them. لو كان South Sudan is very stable and في شغل في يعني ما في حاجة بخليك تكون قاعد بعيد. ما الناس اللي كانوا حيرجعوا. What is good about being a refugee? Hmm?
Challenges. It's
It's
full
very
with challenges.
challenging. It's
تخلي
very
محلك
challenging.
يعني to leave your home, to leave the place that you're familiar with,
Uh-huh.
and now you are in a refugee camp, struggling, you know, for reason that is not you made it, you know,
Somebody else.
somebody else.
Yeah.
So we really need to be thinking. We need to wake up.
We need to wake up South
And
Sudan. Enough
yeah,
is enough. لأنه يعني بيقول you cannot repeat the same thing over and over and you expect different result. So from the time that we got our independence up to now, how many years? We have been doing the same thing over and over.
20 years.
20 since we got our independence?
hmm 20 years.
Wow.
A child that was born is at the university now. You know?
So we have been doing the same thing over and over, and we're not.
Yeah.
There's no change. You cannot expect different result while you're doing the same thing. You have to change. You have
hmm
to change the way you're doing things. You have to change the way you're planning things. You have to change
Yeah.
everything عشان انت تقدر تشوف changes. هسه حاليا احنا بنشوف انه there are some changes because of some tall buildings and some nice cars. But يا اخوانا ديل ما يحندد develop بتاعت الكونتري.
hmm
Develop that country انه الكونتري يكون secure. Second, يعني لما يكون secure the investors will come. ما انت كمان you can't give what you don't have. انت
hmm
اذا انت ما عندك حاجه
جيب من برا.
جيب
الدول اللي
حاجه.
تطوروا ديل كله
Yeah.
تطوروا كيف؟
Uh-huh.
سنغافور، دبي اللي احنا قاعدين نجري له ده. دبي
دبي في
اتطور ليه؟
1980s ده
Because
كان كيف؟
attract
It
investors.
was all
You
desert.
know? Yeah. كينيا ده برضو يعني
If it's في
is
2000
moving.
كده ده yeah, is
Yeah,
moving and
it's
people are still
developing.
building.
You see, Rwanda also developing. You see, these countries, Bangladesh, all these countries, you know.
And we're still behind.
hmm
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and we can stop to conclude. I know we will be talking
About some other stuff.
every Friday. Every other Friday, we'll be talking about different things on Theil and Aluel show. And the other Friday we'll be talking about
Nuggets of hope.
nuggets of hope. You know, now to conclude, let us take what happened with basketball to bring a picture of unity. You see, Luol and his team were able to mobilize the whole country, all tribes. They were united. That picture, we were watching
All
games.
over the world.
It was something beautiful. Why can't we do that? Why can't we unite all tribes, 64 tribes, you know, so we can build our country, you know, not تخلي الحروبات دي يا أخي.
أثر فينا أثر
أي
دولة.
ما نقتل
وبعدين
بعض.
هاني أنت بتقاتل الزول اللي أنت عارفه يعني ما هيكون قاعد معك في نفس المحل.
Yeah.
هيكون بعيد منك. لكن زول أنت عارفه is not going anywhere. So why if you know that this country is not for one person, it's not for one tribe, it's for all of us. God
Yes.
brought us all together into this country. وخلانا كلنا نبقى قال into 64 tribe there, you guys must live here. So
Yeah.
we should find a way to live together.
Yeah.
We should find a way to agree عشان نقدر نبني country ده, instead of fighting each other. شاكلنا
Ma-
بعض اللي تغير شنو ما
yeah.
تغير هي منى يافاد وخلى الدولة ما في زول.
Yeah.
So we're not going anywhere. Nobody, يعني Dinka, Nuer, Equatorian, Shuluk, those people, nobody's going anywhere. So let's stop fighting each other. Lanu, it's not for our benefit. Let's think about how we can build this country. Let's think about how we're not even building a generation الجاي ورانا ده هيتعبوا شديد يا اخوانا. Who's thinking about our children? Nobody's thinking about them. Nobody's thinking about what's gonna happen. All these countries are building for the children. They're يعني زي كأنك انت أب. Let's say, let's give an example about a family. As a father and a mother, you have children. You secure a life for your children. لأنه when they come, you don't want them to suffer. At least at least أنت بتكون عملت reserve limb. So when they come, they pick from there and they continue. But what are we doing for our children in South Sudan? What are we doing يعني generation الجاي بورانا ده هيتعب شديد. Who is thinking about them? Nobody. We should think about them.
Yeah.
We should start doing something about our children. Why we bring them to suffer?
Hmm.
Why? Because we are just greedy and selfish.
We don't care about the generation that are coming. I don't care. I will not.
Alu-
I will
alu-
not be even here,
uh-huh.
but your
Yeah,
children and
your
children
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 are
will
going
be
to be
here.
here.
And whatever decision we are making and the
It's
mess
going
we
to
are
affect.
making, it
It's
will
going.
affect the next
Mhm.
generation. You know, and so why we're not think about our children and their children? You know, all these decisions that we are making, our children will pay a
Suffer. Will
very
pay
high
high
price.
price.
And now we're going to be in a hole that South Sudan will never come out of.
We still have a chance to do something, South
Yes.
Sudanese, our government, people of South Sudan. We all still have a chance to change and turn around and 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 really redirect our direction and replan whatever plan that we plan.
Let's go back to the drawing board
Mhm.
and see where we have gone wrong
And to fix it
and
and
fix
fix
it
it.
so we can build a better South Sudan for us and for our children and generation to come.
We have a lot to talk about, but we cannot cover everything tonight all at once. But we'll be talking every other Friday,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about a lot of topic. It's not going to be only South Sudan, but it's going to be also families, um, whatever that important for us to share. We will share it with you guys, and we're willing to learn. And whatever we have, we share it with you guys. So thank you so much for listening.
God bless you.
God bless you, and
God bless South Sudan.
you
And
guys have a good night, and have good night, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you.
yes.
And thank you so much for listening.
And here is Emmanuel come back again on together.
Thank you.
Thank you.